Hello fellow Total Warriors, I am Zardar and welcome to another online battle from Warhammer 2. So this one is again a tournament battle from my son HW's one, and as the competitors we have sweet boy FELKON playing as the Dark Elves, and he's up against ARKAN the Black and his Skaven. So let's just jump straight into action because this battle is really like the deployment zone is really close, so it's gonna start immediately. So on the left flank we have a really strong formation of two Doomfire Warlocks, one of which is actually the Slanesis Harvesters. So he's got an extra Soul Stealer besides his Lord, as I will tell later here, a Word of Pain, Doombolt and Soul Blight. So quite a lot of spells, besides his Supreme Sorcerers of Dark over here, which also has Soul Stealer, the Blade Wind because it's quite good against the chaff the Skaven can bring, and also the Opal Amulet if set hits the fan, I guess. For his main force is 3 Bleak Swords together with 2 Dread Spears on the flanks, and also the Sisters of Singing Doom over here, which cannot get terror routed, so I totally approve this choice over here. And the cream of his army is the Double Hydra, one of it's the Chill of Saunter with Frostbite and all that good stuff, and a normal one. And back here he's got 2 units of Dark Riders, one with shield, one without, just to apply some backline pressure. So for ARKAN the Black's forces we can see just a front line of Skaven slaves, either spears or normal ones, and the main core of his army is 4 Plague Monks. We also got a Doomflare unit back here, 2 units of Rat Ogres, a Hellpit Abomination. He's got some Clan Rats I think back here, yeah, just 1 unit of Clan Rat, probably to protect the Sharpshooters back here, the Jezzails. And for his leadership it's Ikit Claw on a Doom Wheel with Warp Lightning, Warp Gale, Death Frenzy and Brass Orb. And that is gonna be it. Let's get straight into action and see what's going on. So immediately the Hydras are gonna open up some fire breaths into the Rat Ogres. The Chill of Saunter is gonna try to get one, but usually as it does, it gets it interrupted, and that breath is just not gonna go off. So the Hellpit Abomination is gonna smell blood in the water, and it's gonna go straight for that Chill of Saunter. It's actually getting shot by the Sharpshooters at the moment. In the middle, a Warp Lightning is gonna go down on the Sisters of Singing Doom, really doing a lot of work. But the Slanesis Harvesters are over here and are providing some backup, either via Word of Pain or even a Soul Stealer or anything. The other Hydra is doing quite well at the moment because it's being backed by the Bleak Swords and all of that good stuff over here, but the Sharpshooters are still alive back there. The Dark Riders have a really hard time trying to get close to them because there's ARKAN the Black is screening out with a couple of spears back here and some Rat Ogres. And in the middle it's just a huge monster smash. That Hydra over there, the Chill of Saunter, just got a lot of its health back for some reason. That was a spike healing from what I was able to see. And the Hellpit Abomination is just gonna keep chasing it down, but since the Sisters of Singing Doom are over here, Ikit is actually on a rampage mode and there's no way to remove that, so the Supreme Sorcerers of Dark is gonna drop down on him together with the other standard War Hydra, and they're gonna start bossing, and he's now retreating. The Slanesis Harvesters are gonna provide enough mass over here just to separate the Hellpit Abomination from Ikit, and now FELKON is gonna capitalize on that huge bump that happened to ARKAN the Black, which is getting his Lord retreating. And yeah, the Hellpit Abomination is trying to kind of save him, but the Slanesis Harvesters will try to get back here, just pin him in place so he can't get far. And one Hydra is gonna remain in the back just trying to fight off the Hellpit Abomination and the Doomflares over here, but the Sisters of Singing Doom are still alive. Those Sharpshooters still keep on shooting, but the units, the models, are just moving left and right, so not all of the shots are actually landing. It's not that they're stationary targets at the moment. Back here the line is being cleaned. The Doomfire Warlocks are just completely tearing down those leftover Plague Monks, the Skaven slaves. Some Bleak Swords just left fighting some Clan Rat Spears over here. Eventually they're gonna be able to win against them. The Bleak Swords back here just trying to keep down the Plague Monks from rejoining Ikit Claw, which currently sits at 169 HP, so yeah, I don't see that guy coming back. The Rat Ogres are desperately trying to get back here in order to save him, but FELKON, all he has to do is just send these Lanisis Harvesters back, just provide the enough mass needed to keep them in place and just buy enough time for the sorcerers to kill him off. And in the middle, the sharpshooters have been negated by the Dark Riders, so FELKON didn't get to hit them quite hard in the beginning, but he just kept trying, and finally at some point he was able to just shut those fluffers down, and he completely killed the unit. And now in the middle, the War Hydras will be able to just tear down through everything. They can fight all alone over here and pretty much win everything, especially with the help of a couple of Bleak Swords. And that's gonna be it. FELKON is gonna come in with a heavy rush build in... You can say, like, it was kind of a rush build, but so did Dark and the Black. Like, this is also a rush build in a sense. He still has the Diseels, but it's just one unit, and yeah, he's got Rat Ogres, Helped Abomination, Ikit on a Doom Wheel. It really packs a punch. So GG to both of the competitors. For FELKON's forces over here, we can see that the Bleak Swords actually did quite well. And I think like the Bleak Swords are always neglected, but they're one of the greatest units in the Dark Elven roster. Yes, they're gonna get destroyed, but it's not about that. It's like a very balanced tough unit. Okay, it will kill any other tough. Yes, it will get destroyed by better stuff, but that's the thing. Like they're cheap. Like, don't go with Dread Spears. It might seem like yes, they have more melee defense, so they will last longer. No, that doesn't mean they will last longer if they are fighting an infantry force. If an infantry force comes in and just kills them straight away, they will just battle. And the Bleak Swords, that's the thing, like, it's offense and defense. The Bleak Swords will at least get a couple of kills back, and they're not gonna break that easily. So don't be afraid to bring Bleak Swords, because all I see is Dread Spears. Alright, so yeah, great kill count. Even for the Dread Spears, they did decently nice. The Sisters of Sacred Doom absolutely nailed it. They were like the freaking trap in the middle that sprung and just got all of this Skaven force destroyed. 19 kills only because they were fighting Rat Ogres and just Ikit and just the Helped Abomination just trying to rampage it. Dark Riders did an amazing job. All these 28 kills and the double Sevron are because of the probably the sharpshooters over here. So FELKON kept trying. He kind of failed in the beginning, but in the end he managed to get them. And just look at the kills of these Doomfire Warlocks, probably just dropping some Soul Blights left and right, dropping the armor to 0 and just nuking everything down, because not a lot of stuff had a lot of armor over here. Besides the Doomflares and Ikits, I'm pretty sure the aggregate for all of these units, their armor is around like 20 or 30 or something. So these guys were monstrous at just taking them down. The Lanisis Harvesters did quite amazingly as well, either by road blockers or just applying those buffs and just fighting as a backup for the Hydras, and buying enough time, because the Helped Abomination will eventually kill both of the Hydras, or at least one. The Hydra can fight back. It has a really big, really good melee attack that it can actually hit back, but in the end Helped Abomination is gonna win. But if you just tilt the lines a little bit and just provide some backup and all that, some chaff, some magic, the Chill of Sondar or the normal Hydra will be able to just kill this thing. I think Chill of Sondar has like 61 melee attack, which is a lot. Alright, for ARKAN the Black's forces, I really like his build. Pretty much what I said about Zyphos on the previous game with Skaven. I gotta be honest, I don't like Ikit. I don't like Lore of Ruin unless you just bring an extra for Warp Lightning. I will always prefer summon casters, either it's Skrolk or just the Plague Seer. And the reason for that is because the Skaven just suffer from low leadership, and what happens is, like, you have, for example, your Helped Abomination fighting alongside some Plague Monks. The Plague Monks will battle, like their leadership is not that great, or if it's Clan Rats or anything else. That means your forces are gonna be, like the Helped Abomination will not retreat so easily. So it's gonna stay back fighting all alone, giving the time to your opponent to kill it, and he's gonna do that while your forces retreat, and that's where the summons come in. It's not just about, you know, shutting down archers and stuff like that. It's just you drop them left and right in order to fill gaps, because you know the Skaven lines will buckle. And the Skaven just rely on that. They rely on rallying units to come back and just get the opponent out of a sudden where he least expects it, because he thinks, okay, I cleaned this unit, now I'm free, like I can do whatever I want. No, then you drop the summons and you just give him hell, and that's how at least I play Skaven. I like my summons, okay? That's why I will always bring Scroll or Grace here. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about this. Like, I'm not like the like these guys. Clearly ARKAN the Black or FELKON are way much better than me, so they might know better, but at least from my experience, that's how I see Skaven. They need to fill gaps, okay? So you need summons, no matter what you try. Is it a rush build? You need it. Is it a shooting build, a missile with warp lightning cannons and stuff like that? You still need it. Like, I don't care what you what the build is gonna be. Like, you need to fill the gaps. And that is it. Like, I can't say much. Like, ARKAN the Black was a really nice fight, but it all came down to the sisters here getting Ikit on rampage and just completely just messing with ARKAN the Black's strategy, because Ikit died, and then it was GG. Like, the Helped Abomination buckled, the sharpshooters were off by good play from the Dark Riders, and that was it. So I really hope you enjoyed, guys. Feel free to leave a like or a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you're not. If you like social media and all that crap, please feel free to join me on Discord or Twitter, which is in the links in the description. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.